Hi, welcome back. This is Charlie. We are working now on the front left inside panel, and we're playing with The Beach is Calling by Graphic 45. And it was all sent to me by Scrap and Create. I got the entire bundle. So I'm mixing different elements. Some of them I have never played with before, so this is going to be a good challenge for me. The inside front left panel is going to be a big pocket. So I'm going to give you the measurements, and then we're going to go ahead and put it together. I've got everything on my end already taped and ready to go. So your base piece is going to measure 7 7/8 by 7 7/8. Now I am also inking my paper. I am using the Distress ink by Tim Holtz. It's called Faded Jeans. It is a softer ink. It's not bright, and I think it blended a lot better with the color palette we have here. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to have you make are some cardstock pieces. This one is going to measure 9 3/8 inches in length. You're going to make an accordion pocket. So you're going to score at 3/8, and then you're going to score at 3/4 on each end. And then you're going to take and tuck, fold that under, so that you can put your tape on there for putting onto the bottom of this front base page. Your next piece of cardstock is going to be the top flap. It is going to measure 7 3/8 by 7 7/8. And you're going to score it at 1/2, and you're going to score it at 3/4. I want a 3/4 gusset, so as the pocket fills, this can lift with it. Now, I've already placed a magnet here. It's somewhat temporary until I get the rest of this put together, but there will be a magnet in here for keeping this closed, so you'll need a set of magnets. Now, the rest of, there's one more piece of cardstock. I want you to cut a piece that is going to measure 7 7/8 by 1 5/8. This is going to be a small pocket that's going to go on the inside of this big flap. Now, the pieces go into your scraps. You should have a piece of this beige wavy looking paper. You're going to cut to fit to put this right here. And then you're going to go into your 8 by 8 pad, and I want you to find this piece, this beige piece. It looks like seashells. And you are going to cut to fit this. Now, I did round the corners. It's a 1/2 inch rounder using my crocodile to kind of give it a softer edge. And then like I said, I inked around that. Now, underneath here, this piece out of your 12 by 12 pack, find the blue seashells, and again, you're going to cut it to fit and be sure to round your top corners. This is where that pocket is going to go. It's going to go right down here. And then from my scraps, I took a piece of this and cut it to fit. And I used one of the rub-ons as a decorative element here. And I went ahead and did this ahead of time because I'm not used to these. So trying to figure out how to get them on there without tearing them, I'm doing that off video. But so if you got the rub-ons, it came out of this pack here. Now, if you did not get the rub-ons and you have other elements, just pick an element that's not very thick that you could put somewhere on here as an extra little bling, if you will. And then out of the oh my gosh, I just lost what the sticker pack. These are a little bit heavier stickers than I am used to seeing from Graphic 45, so kudos to them. But I picked this one. I did mount it on blue cardstock, and it's going to go down here. Now, temporarily, I put my matching magnet on the back side here. And I'm pretty committed to leaving that magnet there because of where I'm going to place this. But it will be the magnet on the flap that I may have to readjust to find this. Now, on this flap, in your 8x8, I cut this element off out of it. I think this was on the bottom. These were on the side. And then there was the panel across the top. I cut all those off. I rounded the corners on this using a 1/4 inch round to soften the edge a little bit. And then I went back into the sticker sheets and pulled out the bathing suit, and I've popped it up on some little pop-ups so that there's a little bit of height there. And I need to get back underneath here because I forgot. In your ephemera, you should have one of these left because we used one for the spine. There's one left. And I thought about putting it here to kind of give it a different flow. So it's just not this piece. All right. So that's what we're going to be putting together. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Okay. So I have already got everything taped. Now, you might make accordions different than I do, so have at it. I run a piece of tape across here, and then I secure these two here to that. And then I'm taking the tape off the rest of it here. I'm going to match it up to this corner along this side. And then it should just fit beautifully over here. It didn't. Hold on just a second. Well, I don't know what I did. I tried to avoid this, but I did something wrong here. There we go. So lay it down. There we go. I just got a little kinky down here. Didn't take my time. If you're not familiar with undo, this all dries. It will dry fairly quickly, actually. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my top flap on. So when I do this, I want to come right up underneath this 1/2 inch score line because I want the gusset on the top front. And then I'm going to push back on that score line so that it reinforces the gusset so it's nice and flat and square. Now here is where I need to now put this on so that I can place the element that's going to have the matching magnet. So I'm going to use some glue. And then I want these two elements. I want this up off the base just a tad bit. So that there's some color on the bottom of it. I'm going to glue this in first so it's where I want it to be, because once I get the big element down there, I'm not going to be able to get underneath it there. Okay, so it's going to be sitting just about so. So I'm going to come underneath here, and I'm going to place this, just randomly place it. Looks like a wave coming in behind this piece. Now I'm going to tape this, so if I have to move this element or take it off for some reason, I'm going to tape it on, and primarily because of the magnet that's on here. I don't want to glue it down there and then have a problem with trying to get it off. So I'm just going to place some random elements of tape, because it's not an easy piece to tape. And I think I'll just run one here, and then I'll just double layer here a little bit. Okay. Oh, I think I need to put something on the tip, or that's not. I'm going to stain it. I think some of the tip went over. I'll figure it out here in a second. All right, so if I'm doing this, oh no, the tip will be taped. That's cool. Okay, so let's start peeling all this off. Okay. So I'm going to place it right about here. Now let's see. I'm going to have to move this magnet just a bit because I want it to match up. And I'm not worried about it being off on this side. It's really kind of irrelevant as long as it's close to center, and we'll close my flap. Okay, so I'm going to put this, let this sit. I want my gusset up nice and tall, and then I'm going to recommit where that magnet is. Well, let's mark our magnet spot by doing this, because the glue is not, make sure it's all squared up. This is square. And then, come here. And then right where it goes. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of tape over this so when I close it, it's not coming off of there. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the underside. Now, because I have a magnet here, I went ahead and taped this piece again, so if I have to get into the magnet for any reason, it's not under a glued piece of paper. I am going to turn it upside down so this is facing me, so I can align this up better. Beautiful. Now this is where we'll put our small pocket for up here. Now I place this pocket right along this SCOR line here, but not on it. And then I will take some glue. Now if you're using any of the rub-ons, use whatever elements you like. There is a lot there. Okay, so that is done. Now we're going to play with the front. Now, due to the size, I went ahead and taped mine so that it would go down a little bit quicker, because the glue seems to dry by the time I get to one side of it. Okay, so I'm going to line it up here at the top and along the sides, and it should sit in just right. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this in, and like I said, I cut it out of the 8x8, and then I did a 1/4 inch round on the corners to kind of soften it a little bit. And this piece I will go ahead and try and get some glue on it. Center it a little bit. And then take the back off my pop-ups. Oh, yay. Well, for Pete's sake. This set is not, I don't like this set of pop-ups. It should be easy to pull these off the back. You shouldn't have to fight with them. Okay, so I'm going to put the swimming suit right here. And then we are done making this signature. We just need to put some tape on the back and get it in the album. Now once I get the perimeter down, I'm going to run a couple of 3/8 inch strips down the center so that it will help support the build-up as photos and items get added to the signature. All right. So this is going to slide right in here. Now when we add this in here, we got to keep in mind we've got this gusset here, and I cut this right to the gusset, the 7 7/8. right to the gusset. But that means you're going to need to take your signature and come right out to the edge of the chipboard front piece here. Okay, I'm going to take a peek here at top and bottom, because this is going to be a nice little snug fit. Score those here just a bit, and then I can get underneath here and start taking the tape off. Now, if you've not played along with me before on an album, I don't take all the tape off. I've had too many situations where I've laid it down, thought I was good to go, and it was crooked, and I used a plethora of undo in order to get it apart to reset it. So I always take the centers off first, place it, and then I take the ones off around the edge. That way I know I'm good to go. Okay, so here we got your pocket. Put items in. You've got a small pocket here. And that is your signature build for the left inside panel. And I do hope that we'll see you soon for page 1.